So let's look at another methods of creating a line. So now we've look at the creating a line by method point to point. So let's look at point direction method. Okay. So for this method, we need a point. We can select already existing point or we can create a new point by right clicking and selecting create a point. It doesn't matter. I just cancel it and I'm going to select here for this point an existing point. Let's say it's going to be this one, origin point. I mean which is a point by coordinates 0 by x, 0 by y, and 0 by z. This one, okay? So as a direction, I can select a line, this line, maybe this line, or any axis like this z-axis here, this the z-axis or y-axis or x-axis. It doesn't matter. So to select this direction, I can just click here, left click here, here, or left click on any existing line, or just right click on this no selection next to direction, and create a line, another line to create this line, or create a plane or select a direction, which can be X component, Y component, and Z component. Let's select a Z component for this case. So our line is going to be absolutely vertical. So it's going to be a vertical to Z axis, to this axis, okay? So, and here there is another options. The starting point of our line and the ending point of our line. So starting point now in this case is 0. So that means the starting point is placed on this point. Okay, if I type here, let's say 10 instead of 0, so the starting point of my line is gonna be 10 millimeters far from this origin point. Okay, so the distance between this origin point and the starting point of my creating line is this one, 10 millimeters. Okay, and this 20 millimeters is a distance between origin point, I mean this point, and the end point, which is this one in my case, which is this one. And the distance here, as you can see in my case, is 20, which is this distance. Let's continue. As you can see here, I can change this starting point and ending point, which are the distance between this origin point and starting point, this one, and the distance between origin point and ending point, which is this one. Okay, so in my case, in this case, starting point is 10 millimeters far and ending point is 20 millimeters far. And what is the length of my line? Can you answer this question? Anybody? Uh, no answer. Okay. The distance, the length of this line is 10 millimeters, which is 20 minus 10. Okay, let's create the line with the length of let's say 40 millimeters with a starting point of 10 millimeters far from origin point, and in this case the ending point is going to be 50 millimeters far from origin point, and click on OK. Okay, so now the line is created, which is absolutely vertical because it is parallel to Z axis. So let's look at next method of creating a line, which is angle or normal to curve. Okay, so uh, I should select a curve for this case. Let's select this an arc, which is a sketch 1 as a curve. Okay, and in this curve or somewhere I should create a point somewhere, maybe let's select maybe this point. Okay, like this, and let's click on preview and OK, and see what is happened. What is happened? So if I look on my screen from top like this, I can see here the line is created, and if I continue this line up to this curve, here there is an angle, which is, in my case, I guess it should be 45 degrees, something like that. Let's look at this by double clicking on this line. Okay, so as you can see here, the angle is 45 degrees. If I type here 90 degrees instead of 45, it is changed. It is changed. And let's click on OK. And this is a last created line. And if I continue this line up to this curve, this angle is going to be 90 degrees. So this angle defines the direction of the line against this curve. Okay, and there are another options once again here, start and end options. Okay, like on previous methods, start means the distance between between this point 3, and the starting point of our line, which is in my case this point, which is point 3, already existing point, this point, and the starting point, which is this one. What if I type here minus 10 millimeters instead of 10 millimeters? So the starting point is created on opposite side. Let's click on preview and click on OK. Okay, and this point, as you can see, point 3 is placed now on this line 4. Okay, so let's continue. Uh, let's continue. Let's look at another method of creating a line. Next method, which is tangent to curve. Tangent to curve. So let's continue. Here I should select a curve, since I'm trying to create a line using method tangent to curve. I should select a curve. Let's create uh, this sketch 1 as a curve, which is an arc in my case. Okay, so so as a support, I should select, let's say, a plane, which is gonna be, let's say, this one, XY plane. Okay, and somewhere I should create a point which should be placed in on the line, on this creating line. Okay, let's create a point by right clicking on here on no selection and create a point. Okay, and let's create a point on this XY plane. If I click on XY, look at here, right now, uh, creating a point by coordinates is selected. And if I click here on XY plane, a method is automatically changed. It is trying to create a line on a plane method, using on a plane method. Okay, so I'm gonna select somewhere here, a point somewhere here. Okay, and it is created. So, and now I'm gonna select on tangency options, be bitangent instead of monotangent, and click on preview and OK. And as you can see here, a line tangent to this curve, which is an arc in my sketch 1, is created. Okay,